Today we're going to be comparing two of the most popular drones from arguably the most trusted brand in the market, DJI. My name is Jacob and I'm coming to you today from the bestreviews.com testing lab, and the models we're comparing are the DJI Mini 2 and the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Let's start with the basic specs of each. Both the Mini 2 and Mini 3 Pro have very similar dimensions and weigh less than 249 grams, which is about a little over a half a pound. Important thing here, with that weight, that means you are not required to register either of these drones with the FAA, which if you had to have, would have opened you up to a whole host of certifications you'd need to get and additional regulations you'd need to comply with in order to fly your drones. Next, let's compare the cameras. The DJI Mini 2 has a 12 megapixel camera that can capture 4K video at 30 frames per second, while the Mini 3 Pro has a 48 megapixel camera that can capture 4K video at 60 frames per second. So many of you might be asking, how much of a difference is that? Well, it's better if we just show you. As you can see, both can capture sharp, gorgeous, panoramic, high-quality video footage that would make Michael Bay proud. Probably, to an extent. The main difference between the two is that the Mini 3 Pro has a higher frame rate. Most people might feel like that difference is negligible if there isn't a lot of movement in the frame, but we'll let you decide for yourself. However, if you're trying to shoot something with a lot of motion, then that's when the 60 frames per second becomes a huge difference maker, as it can help smooth out any choppiness in the frame. Both are powered by lithium polymer batteries, but the Mini 2 has a flight time of up to 31 minutes, while the Mini 3 Pro can be flown for up to 34 minutes. So there's really only a difference of a few minutes between the two. But keep in mind that only speaks to the straight up flight time. In the Best Reviews testing lab, we found that depending on how you use it, the use time can range from 16 to 38 minutes. For example, if you're just flying it smoothly without much change of direction, and you're also not recording video, you can get about 30 minutes. However, if you want to take it to its full capacity and be banking left and right, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling, while all recording video at the same time, then you're going to drain the battery a lot faster, and the use time is going to be a little bit closer to about 17 minutes. One additional feature that both minis have is what DJI calls a return to home. When it detects that it's low on battery, it will automatically and safely fly itself back to its original takeoff point, so you never have to worry about it running out of juice someplace far away from you. Let's talk range. Well, first of all, what does that mean? It means the distance the drone can be away from the controller. Both have a max altitude default setting of 120 meters, which for the Americans watching is about 394 feet. However, you can adjust this to as high as 500 meters or 1,640 feet. The Mini 2 has a max transmission distance of 10 kilometers, which is about a little over 6 miles, while the Mini 3 Pro has a max distance of 12 kilometers, which comes out to about 7.5 miles. Either way, both models boast an incredible range, but with great range comes great responsibility. FAA regulations require that you keep your drone within your line of sight if you're using it recreationally, so that you can see and avoid any potentially dangerous situations. Safety is key, and this is one of the main regulations you'll run into anywhere. Next, let's compare the control and maneuverability of these models. Both come with a remote controller, but the Mini 3 Pro's remote controller comes with a built-in screen that displays the camera's view, whereas with the Mini 2, you have to attach your smartphone. Download and log into the DJI Fly app and use your phone screen as the display. The drawback there is, of course, that you not only have to use your phone, but also that it can significantly drain your phone's battery if you use it for the full half hour. In testing lab, we found that using the phone wasn't that big of a setback, but that we definitely preferred the on-control monitor. Once you have the controller set up, both the Mini 2 and the Mini 3 Pro are relatively easy to fly and control. There's a small learning curve if you've never operated a drone before, but once you start spending some time with it, it becomes fairly intuitive. The flight movement is smooth and extremely responsive to the joysticks with no noticeable lag, and once you start pushing its range, that's when you may start to experiencing some control issues. So take it easy. Build yourself up in terms of how you use this. Don't push it to the limit right away, because that's when it's going to be the highest degree of difficulty when operating the drones. As with any remote controlled vehicle, be it on land, sea, or air, it takes some time to get used to its capabilities and the physics involved before you can start to maneuver around obstacles with full confidence. So if you find an unexpected obstacle in your path, here's what separates these two models. The Mini 2 will give you a warning if it detects that you're about to run into an obstacle, but it will be up to you to navigate around it. You have to be very careful with the Mini 2 if you're flying through a complex environment. The Mini 3 Pro, however, has sensors that will detect obstacles in front, behind, or below the drone and automatically stop itself, preventing any sort of collision. It will then just hover there until you move it into an unobstructed direction. So not a bad feature if you fancy yourself to be a Top Gun kind of pilot who likes to take chances in challenging environments, or if you just have trust issues. We tested this out in the Best Reviews testing lab, and what we found out is that the obstacle avoidance technology doesn't work 100% of the time, and that it is possible to run them into each other. What you can tell though from that experiment is that they are very durable, as DJI promises, and that both were able to fly after that collision. So let's review. Both the DJI Mini 2 and the DJI Mini 3 Pro weigh about 249 grams, which means you don't need to register with the FAA. They both capture awesome high-definition 4K video, but the Mini 3 Pro can capture motion better as well as take better photos. Both have about a half-hour flight time, but the Mini 3 Pro can go for a few minutes longer. Both have a great range of over 6 miles, but the Mini 3 Pro can go about 1.5 miles longer. Both come with a remote control, but the Mini 3 Pro has a built-in display that our testers loved. And the Mini 3 Pro has sensors that can detect and stop itself from running into obstacles, while the DJI Mini 2 does not have that fully built out. The Mini 2 is $449, while the Mini 3 Pro is priced at $909. So are these exact features worth an extra $469 to you? Only you can answer that. We hope this video helped you simplify your purchasing decision. Give us a like if it did, and follow us for more useful tips and product reviews.